Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah, out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey, why don't you join? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs. Why not listen to Steve Harvey? Yeah, join me. Come with me, help me say. I'm so afraid to go home. You gotta. Turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn it on. Turn them out. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. Y'all listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only. Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Yeah, man. Back in business, too, man. Whew. Man, how good is God? I mean, really, if you think about it, in spite of all that's going down in your life, first of all, it could be worse. But secondly, sometimes you have to remember, and I've just had to have this conversation with myself this morning. That's how I'm fresh on this one right here. When a challenge faces you, or you're going through a difficult moment, or you didn't hit a bump in the road, in the middle of that, if you could manage to be grateful, it would take you a long way. Gratitude is a powerful resource. If you can be grateful in the middle of it, gratitude is a powerful resource. When it's dim for you, and it got a little bumpy on the road, and you ran into some obstacles, and you done ran up into some detour signs, and your journey ain't smooth as it was last week or last year, you gotta be grateful for the things that are going right and that have gone right, and for the thing that's wrong right now to get right. Man, can I share that with you? Man, is that a tough one to learn. It is for me. It has been one of my toughest challenges, is to learn how to be grateful, because it's a powerful resource, but how to be grateful in moments of despair when it ain't going right. See, here's a mistake I would make. See, when something go wrong, I want to focus on the wrong so much in an attempt to fix it. But even then, the focus ain't always in to fix it. The focus becomes, man, this is bad. Man, I can't believe this is happening. Why does it keep going down? That doesn't fix anything. You know, milling over it, going over what's wrong, explaining it, sharing it with your friends, you know, making it sound worse than it is, tell the story for pity from other people. All of that right there has nothing to do with the fix. Sometimes you're just mulling over it. You're just making it worse. You're just making it a bigger problem. You're manifesting it into your atmosphere. You're putting it out there in your spirit. Now all of a sudden it consumes your day. Next thing you know, you're having a bad day. If you're having a bad day, it's because you've been having some bad thoughts. So what I've had to learn how to do, and what I'm working on this morning, is I'm working on this situation that done cropped up. I was going kind of smooth here for a minute, and now I done got real bumpy in the road, you know, and all this here. So what I'm thinking about now, though, is even though I've hit a bump in the road, And even though I done ran into a detour, and even though I've hit this lull, I'm going down into a valley, I ain't up on the peak, can I not still be grateful for all the things that God has given me, for all the things he's done for me, for all the things he's brought me through, and realizing that even this that's happening to me again is going to pass too. He gonna get me through that too. Come on, man. God is a good God, man. It's a lot to be grateful for. So while I'm tripping on this bump in the road I done hit, what I got to remember is all the things he's done for me. And like I say, my saying is joy and depression cannot reside in the same place. So instead of being down about this new bump in the road, if I'm constantly filling my mind with the thoughts of how good he's been to me, of what all he's done for me, of all the things he's brought me through, of all the blessings he's presented me with. When I go down that list, I really don't have a lot of time to mull over the situation. Now, do I have to fix this bump in the road? Of course I do. Are there some things I'm going to have to do to straighten it out? Of course it is. But Steve, just go on and get the business of doing it and straighten it out. What you mulling over and worrying about it for? You know, old people, I heard old people say something when I was growing up in the church. They say, if you're going to pray about it, don't worry about it. But if you're going to worry about it, don't pray about it. That's an amazing thing. And prayer just happens to be my weapon of choice. Now, it ain't always been that way. I want you to understand that. My first weapon of choice was, you do it to me, I do it to you. You call me out, I call you out. You say something bad about me, I've tried to find you and say something bad about you. That was my weapon in the past. How did that work out for you, Steve? Not so good. Because you know what? I spent a lot of time fighting back, kicking back, swinging back, when I could have spent all that time climbing. See, all you trying to do at the end of the day, folks, is have a better life than the one you got. All you trying to do is improve your position in life. You know, it's not my business to make sure you don't get where you going. I ain't got no time for that. It's not my job to assure that you ain't as high as me. I ain't got no time for that. Your real mission and purpose is to have the best life that you can have, to ascend to the highest plateau that you can get to make your family as comfortable as you can, to provide as much as you can for your family, but legally. See, those of us that sitting up here trying to come up with sideways, you can ask a couple million men sitting in prison today how they wish they hadn't have done that. And they'll tell you, oh, man, I wish I never had did it. I knew not to go down there. Something told me not to go down there. Man, if I could change things, I would. But they sitting somewhere doing some time that had they made another decision, they wouldn't have to do. Now, that don't make them throw away people. Nah, man. Because everybody make mistakes, and God is in the forgiving business. And some of us have done some things that really broke the law and a whole lot of other things and deserved to do some time, but through the grace of God, we didn't. But now we sit up here and we pass judgment on people who got to do something. Man, I don't care. I don't care what you've done. God can forgive anything. But our position, our motivation in life is to try to have the best life we can have and provide for those around us and make it comfortable. If that's your ambition, you don't have time to worry about or concern yourself with another person. And I wasted time doing that. And that's not the way to get it done. It's simply mind to your business. Taking care of you and getting yourself right and tight is 24/7. So that's a full-time job. So what I had to learn was, and the reason I've chosen prayer as my weapon of choice now, is that now prayer helps me that I don't have to fight back. Now, if I get cornered, I'm going to fight you. I ain't even going to lie to you. And I'm still working on some things that trigger me, and so I'm slowly getting better at that. But I've learned that my weapon of choice is prayer now. So when it happens ugly for me, I pray about it. When it get tight and dismal for me, I pray about it. And the thing about prayer, man, is prayer changes things. Yes, it does now. Read about it and try it. That's the deal, okay? Come on. Prayer is a wonderful weapon.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's another day, another gift, another blessing, another honor, another privilege. However you need to look at it. But look at it though. Man, ain't God good? You made it another day. That's crazy, man. That is so amazing. The older I get, the more amazing it is, because I've lost some people along the way. I'm talking about some people that was dear to me. I lost, man, my two best friends is gone. Juan D. Hull and Gregory Calhoun. Man, lost two of my best friends, man. But through God's grace and mercy, I'm still here carrying on. Talk to them boys every now and then. Holler, hope they're doing well. They probably having a little bit more enjoyable time than I am where they are, but it's all good, man. We still here. God is in the blessing business. I woke up this morning to see what else he had for me. I'm looking forward to a great day. Even if I have some challenges, I also know that this too shall pass, and I will be right back on track. I have given God full authority and control over my being and existence. I have allowed him to control my destiny without worry. I have lowered my blood pressure. I am off blood pressure medication. I am totally letting God drive and direct and take the wheel, and it has released so much in me. I thank God for that. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Harvey Morning Show, Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, Mississippi Monica, Junior, and the legend of Nephew Tommy. Junior, well, you're back.
Yeah,
You've been gone. What's on your mind?
Uncle, let's talk about this, man, because this was a situation somebody came up with. They were talking to me about it. I said, I asked you about it, about dimming your light. Do you ever dim your light in situations? Have you ever dim it to make somebody else feel better?
Well, I've done it before. I have dimmed it, and sometimes it's okay. You should never dim your Christian light or your godly light or your spiritual light. You should never dim that. But, you know, I've had to turn that star bulb down some, you know.
Yeah.
I had to, you know, sometimes, man, you know, to fit in, you got to get in. So you got to kind of, you know, go along with some of it, you know, as long as it don't cost me anything or nothing like that. I do it, you know, I sit up and have real regular conversation with people that I wouldn't normally have because I don't really care about a lot of stuff, you know, but I do it, you know. You know, my partners was engaged in this 30-minute long conversation about the dollar store. And after listening to 30 minutes, and I informed them I had never been in a dollar store. Now I got cussed out for that. Bougie. Yeah. Who you think you are? You ain't never been in a dollar store. But I really had never been in one. And so, you know, then I started acting concerned about what was in the dollar store, knowing good and well I didn't, you know. So I had to turn that light down. So I had to be amazed at what you could get for $1.25, because they upset now because the dollar store's not $1 anymore. They went up 25 cents.
Yeah.
That had obviously thrown their ass into something, which I didn't understand, the quarter movement being that big a difference, but to them it was quite, so I had to act concerned. Yeah. About the 25-cent raise. And so, look, not knowing that I didn't care at all about it. So I dimmed my light and acted like I was concerned about the new $1.25 rule. So,
Coming
yeah, I have dimmed the light.
Yeah, okay, champagne problems. We'll have some church complaints.
$1.25 here.
Yeah. We'll have church complaints
you
coming
can't
up
get it
right
then,
after
well,
this.
you're in the wrong store, because they don't have the 50 cents store.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for church complaints with Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam. Here we go.
Let me clear my throat. Hey, yeah, we foregather today in this most austerious way. I've decided to change the way I go about the ministry. In honor of my dear friend Kirk Franklin. I've noticed his dance moves on stage now are different, and so I've decided to deliver the word different. I'm going to use more hip-hop phraseology to try to reach the young people. So instead of me saying, go ahead on, Deacon. I'm gonna say, bring it, come on with it, don't stop, get it.
Get it. Mm-hmm.
That ought to bring in the young people there.
Yeah. Well, we got a situation. Brother Vincent and Sister Kiana went to get married at the courthouse this past week. He had no idea he had warrants for his arrest. Needless to say, he's in jail and the marriage didn't happen. He's asking the church to bail him out $10,000. That's on you, Pastor, if you want to go get him. It's Brother Vincent. But the
is the bail going to be $1,000 or is the bail $10,000 because it's $100,000 bail? Is the question.
Oh, you know a lot about the judicial system. That's like too much information there, Pastor. All I heard is they needed $10,000 and they asking the church if we can give it to them. That's all
if bail is $10,000, then we have to put up $1,000. We can consider getting him. If bail is $100,000 and he needs $10,000, he's gonna miss the wedding and several other things. If it's $10,000, I can tell you right now, it's Thanksgiving is not looking well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will definitely look into that. I don't know which one it is, but I would.
We could at $10,000 get him out for Martin Luther King holiday.
Oh.
Well, what about Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Well, Thanksgiving 10 at Thanksgiving, that ain't gonna make it cold. You got all the shopping we got to do.
So Black Friday is the whole.
Oh, Black Friday. He no good and well he can't get no Black Friday money. Come on now. I'm expecting to get my third flat screen TV out of Walmart this year because they're going to have one for $14, I'm sure.
All right, we got another issue. The ladies with newborn babies are afraid to buy baby oil for their kids. They don't know what to do. We got several dry babies in the congregation right now that need oiling. But everyone is just afraid to, to purchase. What should they do? Right now, they just scared to go in there and get baby oil.
Well, I would wait until the evidence was released. And then there'll be lots of it available for the general public mass consumption. I'm assuming that's the baby oil you're referring to.
Yeah.
Even though we don't do that at our church, we don't talk about these types of things.
Amen, Pastor. Amen.
But,
Amen again.
Because, it ain't right, so they say.
Yeah.
Bless baby.
Okay, this next issue is probably because of you. Our ex-strippers are very confused. They are not strippers anymore. They are good women here in the church, but, we have 6 ex-strippers in the congregation. When you told the congregation you wanted to see everybody at the polls, they got confused. And so now these 6 are back at Magic City for the last 2 weeks twerking. I don't know what we need to do and try to get them back on course. I don't know what to say at this point.
Well, I guess I'll have to go down there and reclaim them.
In person?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go down there myself because,
you can't send somebody else.
Well, I feel partly responsible for not being clear. So let me go down there and be clear. Just while I'm down there, Deacon, did you say that the broccoli was good or the chicken wing? What is this?
It's the wing, and I don't think you should be by yourself. So I will go with you.
Amen.
Yes, I don't want him. We can't have our pastor down there by himself.
No, sir. You come on, go with me, Def. We'll go on and bring them back out of there together.
How long is it gonna take?
Well, depending on what shift they working. You know
what?
You got to know the shifts.
There's 8 to 12, and then
yeah. Now,
all right.
The Cynthia wasn't that good. She was daytime. She was doing the lunch crowd.
What's her name?
Cynthia.
Yeah,
her stripper name is Dark Chocolate.
Yes, Lord.
Like it.
Here's one more issue we have, Pastor. Brother Wendell has been offered $5,000 to stand in the background of Donald Trump's next rally. He says he really needs the money, but does not know what to do. He's asking for your advice, Pastor, but he's been offered $5,000 to stand behind Trump for his next rally in the next couple days.
I'm not going to miss out on the $5 if I was you. I'd go down there and just wear Amber Rose mask. Just get you a bald head or a blonde wig and go on down there and put some writing on your forehead and stand there and get that $5.
That's church complaints for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Reverend Motown. And Deacon Def Jam. Coming up next, it is Ask the CLO with our Chief Love Officer.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news. Well, Steve, you've addressed this so-called beef between you and the late, great Bernie Mac. We'll talk about that, about how you squashed those rumors. And early voting kicked off in Michigan in a major way with former First Lady Michelle Obama addressing the voters. That's all coming up at the top of the hour. But right now, it is time to ask the CLO, our Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey. This is from Misha in Scranton. Misha writes, my boyfriend was flirting with my friend in my face, and he said, I'm making a big deal over nothing. At the game, he told her to take her long coat off so guys could see what she's working with. Was it inappropriate or was he giving her good advice? Wow. That's what Misha wants.
Well, I mean, it sounds like two things to me.
Mm-hmm. And
it's great advice.
Uh-huh.
It's just you can't give it. That's the inappropriateness. Right. You know, dog, it's a lot of things you could tell a person to do, but coming from you, it ain't gonna sound good, you know. And sometimes, dog, just cause you think something don't mean you should say something. You know how many times I've had to learn that lesson?
How many? Because you don't do it very much on the show. You hardly ever do it here.
Do what, sure?
Ever. Not say what you're thinking.
Well, you know, this radio show is different. Yeah. You know, look, part of what makes my brand work is the authenticity factor.
Right.
People respect the fact that at least I'm authentic. I'm me,
you're
myself,
real.
and I. You know, most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
And admittedly, a little bit too much at times.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Just a little bit too much at times. But he shouldn't have said nothing about take that long coat off so they can see what you're working with. He wasn't flirting with her, not in front of you. That was just a suggestion. But you kind of let your quiet mind talk, see?
Yeah.
Because what he was thinking was, I don't know why she got that long coat on. She need to take that coat off. Well, let me put it into a phrase that would help other people. Baby, you need to take that long coat off so these men out here can see what you're working with. What? God, dog. In front of your girl? You stupid.
Yeah, that was crazy.
For real. All right, moving on to Josiah in Tampa. Josiah writes, I met a real fine girl online. She met me at the club. We had a great time, and then we had sex later. I had to pay for the sex. My boys clowned me. What? Am I wrong because I'd rather pay for great sex with a fine chick instead of having a girlfriend? Wow.
Well, bro, you don't have, that ain't your girlfriend, and that ain't just a fine chick. She has a job. They're called something else, and that's how you met online and had a great time at the club and had sex and had to pay for it. You didn't see what this was? Because that's how they do it now. They use social media now.
Oh,
really?
I didn't know.
Yeah, man. They ain't got to stand outside no more.
Okay.
So what is that called if you have to pay for it? What they call it?
Well, Junior's just called prostitution. What the hell's wrong with you? What do they call it? It's the oldest profession, dog. It's paying for sex.
What they been calling it?
Yeah, what they been calling it. Now, what we call it What we have had to call it over the years is called courting and dating. That's what we call it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it's called courting and dating. You're going to pay for it eventually.
No, you did not.
Oh, dog, it's not free. Let me cut this out right here. It is not free.
When you look at it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Don't matter what you're paying for, you're going to pay for it.
Oh, dog, it come in terms of gas money, rent, to school money for the kids, buying school supplies. All this is the way you pay for it. Getting their hair done, helping with the bills,
All of that.
All of that.
wine and dining.
Hello.
You indirectly have been participating in this for years. You just didn't call it that because like a decent woman don't ever say, you're going to have to give me this if you want that. We just know that's what it is.
Moving on to trying to get to Donna in Montgomery. Donna says, when I hug Pastor after church, he likes to squeeze the Charmin. He stopped doing it and I can barely get a hug now. So I asked him what's wrong. He said he's tired of me stringing him along. He's married. How can he say that to me?
Because he did. What you mean? How can he say that to me?
You know what's going on.
Wait a minute, little girl. First of all, when you hug the pastor, he squeezes the Charmin. Now you can barely get a hug. Now you want to know what's wrong. Because you was looking forward to the Charmin squeeze. Because you know what's up. Now he done told you, tired of you stringing him along, he threw with the Charmin squeeze. You didn't get it? He don't squeeze everybody's Charmin. So now, you know what? Stop playing like you didn't know. You grown. If every time you hug that man, that's what you get, if you don't like what you get, then you quit hugging the man. See, you ain't got to stand in the hug the pastor line. But once you stand there, he assuming, oh, you back again, huh? I did it last time. Let me see what's up. He's a human being.
All right. So now you know.
He's married. How can he say that? He said it. What you mean, how can he say it? Just like he did.
He's married. How can he do
Some
that?
type of morals.
Where is this? Must be the jackpot joint of Jerusalem.
Yeah. They don't know what he said. What about what
We don't do that at the JPJ. You don't know nothing. You're going to stop that.
This last one, Steve, is from Amber in Little Rock. Amber writes, my coworker dated a guy that is interested in me, so I told her that I was going out with him. He canceled our date when he found out that I told her. Does that mean he's still messing around with her, or was he mad that I told his business?
Well, first of all, he don't want no mess, and you already willing to start something. So he going, wait a minute, hold up. So what else you gonna tell? No, I'm gonna skip on this. I'm gonna pass on this.
So is he still messing with the other girl?
No, what that got to do with it?
Well, that's what
whether he messing with her or not, he not finna mess with you, because obviously if he is still messing with her, now he found out y'all cool. No, he out. So hats off to him.
Yeah.
Great move, brother. Smart. Distance yourself. But also understand where you stand. You ain't worth the risk. So let's understand that too now.
Man, this is all going down at work, too.
That's a great answer.
Let's understand that you are not worth the risk. He not finna risk this for you. So, you was just finna be a little, corn, salad, coleslaw, dirty rice. Yeah, you was just finna be that. You cut out everything for the main. You ever notice when your appetizer come, as soon as the main plate hit your table, you really kind of through with the appetizer?
You're done.
You ever notice
You're
that?
done. Yes.
Yeah, you
Done
ever through with
with
you ever
finished
notice
it.
that? Yeah. That's how it works, ladies.
All right.
When the main course come up, we don't want the appetizer no more.
All right. Thank you, CeeLo. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have some entertainment news for you right after
Let him
this.
use you.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so Steve, you've been trending, but nothing too serious, nothing too bad right now. It stemmed from your appearance on the black comedy in America docuseries when you sat down with your fellow Kings of Comedy, D.L. Hughley and Cedric the Entertainer, and you addressed rumors that you were beefing with the late, great Bernie Mac. Bernie, of course, died 16 years ago from sarcoidosis. When talking about the so-called beef, I love that you said Bernie was a man's man from the south side of Chicago, so there was no way to mistreat him. So I got to ask you, do you feel like it was time to set the record straight on this subject once and for all?
Well, I mean, look, over the years, it's a lot of stuff been said about me falsely. And a lot of stuff about me and Bernie's relationship. And me and the Kings, we've all talked about it. And we go, damn, dog, where they getting this stuff from, man? Only beef we ever had between us was let's do your time. That was all we ever talked about. The Kings was a well-oiled machine. And I just felt like, and it's unfair in this brother's demise that he's not here. And people constantly talking about that. And it don't make no sense to me. And so I just felt like, we were talking there, and Chris Spencer did a great job with the special and just some of his questions. And so it was just a time I was sitting there with the two Kings. See, when you sitting there with the other dudes, it's kind of hard to lie when everybody right there.
Yeah, because they know they were there. Yeah.
For the whole time. So I just felt like then was a good time, to clear the air. Here's something I've never told anybody. But the day Bernie passed was the early 2:30 in the morning, the morning of the Bud Billiken parade. I was in Chicago to do the Bud Billiken parade as the host. That afternoon, I was going to the hospital to see Bernie. Al Sharpton came down to have breakfast at the Peninsula Hotel and said, hey, man, what's going on? I said, I'm going to do the Bud Billiken. And then afterwards, I'm going to the hospital to visit Bernie. He said, you ain't heard? He said, Bernie passed this morning at 2:30 a.m. That's how I found out.
Wow.
Then I had to call Sid. And then Sid called DL.
Oh,
and that's how it happened. So, man, for people to not know all of it.
Yeah, the whole
It's
story.
just how people run with stuff, and they want to get clicks, likes, and they just want to keep mess going. I don't even know, man, I don't know what's happened to us as a culture, but we used to cheer for each other.
Oh, yeah.
I actually remember when black people cheered for one another, that we were excited to see a couple married and stay married and be happy for their family. I remember that.
Rooting for them, huh?
Yeah, something has happened now, man, in this very sick culture that we're in, where we're not cheering for each other anymore. We always try to find a way to tear one another down. And I'm just not going to be a part of that, man. I'm just not going to join in with that because, I mean, look, man, man, it serves you no good. Like this one, I don't want to get into that, but it's one guy that done set up and took a bunch of my words from other interviews and put them together like he's interviewing me on his podcast. And he's taking clips of the morning show and interviews, like he's asking me questions. He's interjected the answer he wants to fit the question. And first of all, why would I be on his podcast? This nobody ass dude. Because if I want to say something, look what I have. I have a real platform.
Your own platform, yeah.
Yeah.
So anything I really want to say, I have an opportunity to say it. For this dude to spend all that time, put these words together, I say it in different interviews like he was interviewing me, and it's all destructive towards my family. See, now when I find his ass, then
okay.
Well, can I just ask you this? Since when did you start having beef and showing up and speaking at people's funerals? When did you start doing it?
I don't know. And Bernie's wife had us there.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was so bad, you gotta be. You speaking at the funeral.
Bro, I'll tell you something else. Bernie's wife, Rolanda, and I, they are in the process of doing a documentary on Bernie's life.
Okay.
I'm the co-executive producer of it, as requested by Rolanda.
Wow. Now,
See, so people,
a lot of questions
there. People be talking, man, and they don't even know the real deal. They just be talking, man, and it's sad. And I hate it. And, I've tried to never address it because Bernie's gone. You know what I mean? Just leave it alone. But people keep on.
Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, it's just sad, man, that we don't cheer for each other the way we should. I'm cheering for Mike Epps. I'm cheering for Kevin Hart. I'm cheering for Dave Chappelle. I cheer for Chris Rock. I'm cheering for Earthquake. I think one of the funniest cats out there right now, man, is that damn Deion Cole. Deion Cole's comedy, man, is so spot on. Dog, I cheer for these cats. So, man, that's the lane I'm in. That's the lane I'm going to stay in. I'm not going to be up in here, man. And if you see somebody who is not cheering for their brother, you got to question that person.
Yeah.
You got to go, man, what is the motivation behind that? Because if you ain't cheering for them, what you hating on them for? Could it be because you are jealous or envious of the position they in?
Yeah.
And I'm just not that way, man.
I'm just glad you got a chance to finally put it to rest, hopefully, and address this.
But I tell you what was great. Bernie, when it came to the Kings, Bernie was rough, man. Bernie was rough boy on that stage. We all pulled up a chair to watch Bernie Mac. Because we said, what he gonna say tonight? That boy right there was never the same twice.
Yeah, again, thank you for addressing that, Steve. Now, coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, singer Loomis has apologized for butchering the national anthem and then cursing. We'll let you hear it coming up next, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, last week at a third-party presidential debate that was live on C-SPAN, indie singer Loomis belted out her rendition of the national anthem, and her voice was cracking, so she stopped singing and just started cursing. Take a listen.
Through the perilous fights, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets. Can I go back? Can I go back, please? A bomb bursting, and then I got too nervous.
That's cool. I understand.
You said that's cool.
Still better than Carl Lewis.
Still better than Carl Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
All day long.
Yeah, but you can actually hear she can actually sing.
Right.
She can actually sing. But then she knew it was wrong. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Forgot she was live. Yeah.
But she young though. That's like, I effed up. I can go back. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
go. This live, it's live.
It's a very hard song to sing.
But you know what's crazy though?
What?
It's a hard song to sing because you don't be meaning it.
Oh, hello.
Dog, it ain't precious Lord, take my hand. Come on, man. I mean, it's a song that has a double connotation for us.
Yeah.
It's our national anthem, but who they singing about? The land of the free. Who free? Everybody?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't vote, Project 2025.
Yeah.
You gonna see.
It ain't gonna mean a damn thing in the middle.
Bro, let me tell you something, y'all.
Freedom.
We got to get it in, man, because these cats got a whole nother plan. And the Donald Trump supporters, they are going to suffer behind this. Mm-hmm. All the blacks for Trump, you're going to really find out how much Trump is for blacks.
Cares.
Yeah.
The home of the brave. You gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. He done already said, I'm not going to be a dictator except for day one.
Yeah.
Dog, this dude got, and then anybody that's ever done anything for them, he gonna spend 4 years going after them.
Yeah.
And he gonna get in and watch him pardon all them people down there from that January 6th thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Insurrection.
For sure.
Which is gonna show you then that he was complicit in the whole thing.
Michelle Obama spoke at Kalamazoo, Michigan over the weekend, and she said she was just frustrated. She said, I hope you'll forgive me if I'm a little frustrated. That some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. And that is so true. We're asking nothing of him and everything of her. Everything.
She has to be perfect with everything she says. Everything. All the time. Right.
Yeah. Election is 8 days away. Please go vote and please vote early. And please vote for Kamala. All right, coming up at 34 minutes after the hour.
Right.
Sister Odell is back. We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as promised,
When
here.
I
You
was
here.
lost and found for Jesus. Long time ago. Lord him. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Sister
Good morning, Sister Odell.
Good. How's everybody doing this morning? Hi, Shirley, Carly.
Hey.
Hey, Sister
Odell.
Odell, how
Good
you
morning.
Hey, Mississippi girl. What's up, Junior?
Morning, Sister Odell.
Thomas.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Good morning.
What's on your mind, Shirley?
Well, I have a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. First of all, have you voted? Have you voted? You know, we only have 8 days left. So
I early voted.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Went down to my sanction and everything, and went on and got in that poll and did my little things and everything. Pressed the pen in there, you know.
Oh, okay. Did you take your mothers of the church, Gertrude and them? Did you take someone with you?
No, they had to ride in the van.
Oh,
I don't ride in church vans.
You don't.
No, I have men's that picks me up.
All right, now,
okay.
Sister Odell.
I don't ride in community travel.
What did you get there?
Cause you know I don't like riding. They got ramps and stuff. Elevators come out and
Yes, ma'am.
all this here. You know, I just want to get in the van. I don't want to have to care for nobody on the way down.
Care for nobody.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you voted.
Riding and throwing up and having seizures and everything. We just going to vote.
This is your.
You know, so a lot of people's my age ain't just took care of themselves the way they supposed to. Now that ain't finna be my fault.
Yeah, I must say you always look good for your age now, Sister Odell.
Yeah, you
do.
age well.
You look great.
You know, to be 116, you know, you need a clap.
I didn't know it was up there.
Yes, that's high. That's a high number. Look, still able, making phone calls. I can drive everything.
Yeah, the men still want you. All of that. Yeah, picking you up and everything. I love it.
You can want me. It ain't nothing to get though.
What?
You know, wanting is still good, but getting it, what is it? I can tell you right now, it ain't what it was.
Well, at least you're honest.
Well, you know, I ain't no need to lie to you. But most of these men's, as I know, they ain't what they was either. So, well, let's just go and sit around, eat this pudding, and go on to the house.
Just pudding.
Tapioca, chocolate,
Yeah.
jello mold, you know.
But you enjoy the companionship too.
Yeah, you know, carry my tray to the table. You know, I set up and point what I want. Then, you know, if you can't carry the tray to the table, we can't go out no more. Because what I'm not finna do is push you through the line. No, Sister Odie that ain't what we do. I ain't taking care of nobody like that.
Okay, but you have that, and that's good. You have your friends and all of that. You have a full life.
Oh, complete, girl. I'm still going to revivals and everything.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I love it, Sister Odell.
I don't go to choir practice no more. I know all the songs.
Oh, wow.
Well, how do the other choir members feel about? How do they feel about that? You don't get to go to practice, but they have to come to practice, rehearsal.
Mm-hmm. Well, they mind ain't tight as mine, you know. You got to go and remember the song, cut on. I don't care. I know every hymn in every book. What 208, Thou Shalt Not Lead Me. Hymn number 314, Let It Go, Let It Go. I know all of them.
How does that go? Sing a little bit of that for us.
Let it go. Don't hang on. Let it go. Oh, don't hang on. Or just give it to Jesus. Let him work it out. And it'll be gone. It'll be gone. It'll be gone. Oh, gotta let it hold on.
Yeah, I'm a little happy there. You got the spirit.
That was it. That was number 309. I know all the hymns. The old people mind ain't tight.
Well, Sister
10 seconds.
Odell,
You know, this little girl right here that's be controlling my segment, I don't think I care for her.
well,
doing her
she has to keep us on the
Well,
clock.
little Chrissy need to do your job faster with somebody else. I get some more time. You tell that to her. Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
We
ma'am.
hear you.
The nephew is coming up next, Sister Odell, with a prank phone call. And we want to thank you, Sister Odell.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at about 4 minutes after the hour, it's my strawberry letter for today. And the subject is, why would my son joke like that? We'll get into that, find out what that's all about in just a few, because right now the nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
Shirley, let's go deep in the archives today. This right here is your son and my daughter. Your son and my daughter. Cat dog, if you would.
Hello? Hello, I'm trying to reach Darren's father. Is this Darren's father? Yes, it's Darren Singer. Listen, I'm calling you. LaShonda is my daughter. She goes to college up there with your son. Uh-huh. And I'm getting, the word I got a few minutes ago was that the two of them then run off and then got married together. I don't know what make them run off and get married like that.
Wait. Where'd you hear this from?
I just got a phone call from one of the kids at the school saying that this the girl that grew up with and grew up with all through grade school. She called and said LaShonda and Darren then ran off and got married together. And they say they done it yesterday or so.
Wait. My son ain't. I talked to him about 3 days ago, and he ain't done nothing like that. I know. So
they say they did it yesterday. I've been calling LaShonda and calling. Ain't nobody picking up, and I call the boy. They give me the boy phone number, and I call him, and ain't nobody picking up and answering nothing. It ain't like my baby girl do like nothing like this here.
Well, it's not like my son to do nothing like that without talking to me first. So let me call down there and talk to Darren, and give me your number, and I'll call you back.
I'm going down there to that school myself. I'm going to find both of them. Now, I'm going to call you to let you know this. Now, if I find out that my baby girl that ran off and got married because she done got pregnant, I promise you I'm going to do something to that boy of yours if he got my baby pregnant. You hear me?
Wait a minute now. You're not going to do nothing to my son. Now, I understand about your daughter, but that's my son now. You're not going down and put your hands on my son.
If he got my baby, that's my only baby I got. That's it.
Well, I understand that's your only baby, but that's my only son. If you talking about going to put your hands on him, you're going to have a problem.
If he got my baby pregnant, your son, Darren, I'm going to beat his I mean that. I mean it.
What's your name again? What's your name?
Dylan, my name. You hear me? It's my baby.
What's your name? What's your name?
Dylan. D-I-L-L-A.
I know how to spell your damn name. Look here, Mr. Dillard. You're not going to put your hands on my son.
My baby pregnant, I am. And that's the only reason I can see her doing something like that, because I told her years and years and years, you don't make no baby. You don't make no baby and not be married. You don't do it. If she went off and got married, that means she tried to make it right. That's what she did.
Mr. Dillard, listen to me now. I understand that's your daughter. I'm sorry if she's pregnant or whatever, but let me talk to my son before you go down there and try to do something crazy. Okay?
Let me tell you something. Your son done coerced my baby girl into getting married, and he got her pregnant. I know what's going on. I know what it is.
My son ain't done nothing to your daughter. Let me call down there and talk to him before you talk about going down there and putting your hands on somebody.
I told my baby, leave them little thugs alone. He ain't nothing but a thug.
Whoa. Don't be accusing my son of being no damn thug now.
Well, what kind of man run off and get married at the age of 20 and ain't talk to the parents or nobody? What make them do something like that?
Well, you talking about, I told you my son ain't done nothing to you.
How did you raising him? How did you raise him? Evidently you didn't raise him right.
Wait a minute now. What the hell are you talking to?
I'm talking to you. If my baby pregnant, I'm going to beat your boy. If you down there, you going to get your toe out too.
Hold on, man. Hold. Who the you think you talking to?
I'm talking to you. You ain't put I'm talking to you.
Oh, man. You ain't put your son. You don't have a clap. You understand me? That's my son. I understand about your daughter, but that's my baby better not be pregnant. My baby better not be. Hey, man, hey, that's my son you talking about putting your hands on. You gonna have a problem with me. If my baby pregnant, I promise you, she ain't gonna never know her daddy, because I'm gonna do something to that boy. You hear me? Man, that's the last time I want to hear you say you gonna do something to my son now. Now, you go sit on down, gather yourself, and relax for a minute. Let me call my son, and I'll get back to you. Because I got something else I need to tell you. Well, say it, man. What else you got? I got something else. Before I go down to that school and get the whooping, I want you to know one thing before I get off this phone. What is it, man? Is you listening? Yeah, I'm listening. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Mr. Darren, you just got pranked by your son, Darren Jr. Oh, my goodness. That boy got better sense than that. No, I got high blood pressure. What the hell? Wait, I call his mama and tell her what boy done done. Wasting my time fooling me. I gotta ask you, man, what is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land. The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
And there you have it. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Cletus.
All right, king of pranks.
Come on, Cletus. Come on. Come on. Thank you, everybody in Lafayette. Came out and hung out with your boy this past weekend. I peacinated. Yes, I peacinated. Next stop is Detroit, Michigan. That would be One Mic Comedy Club, Detroit, Michigan. That's going to be November the 1st through the 3rd. That's this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That is me, baby, Nephew Tommy and friends. We are coming up in there. We going to act a doggone fool. Tickets are on sale right now. Laying in the cut is the Winston-Salem State University. They're having homecoming, and they will have Anthony Hamilton. They will have Monica, and it will be hosted by yours truly. This is the WSSU official homecoming concert, and you don't want to miss it. Tickets are on sale right now. Hosted by yours truly, Nephew Tommy. That is LJVM Coliseum. The LJVM Coliseum. Thanksgiving Comedy Festival. It is Nephew Tommy, Cheryl Underwood, Finesse Mitchell, and Dominique at the New Jersey Pack. That's November the 30th. Right after Thanksgiving. That's when it is. That's a lot of stupid lined up for you. So everybody in New Jersey, New York, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Harlem.
Man, just call yourself stupid. A lot of people don't want to be referred to as stupid. So I think you should just refer to yourself as stupid.
Oh, not to other people?
Yeah, I don't want to be called
just
stupid.
Who's
just
the
me
other
alone?
people on the show?
Finesse and I'm on pretty sure.
They don't.
Yeah, that's really not a badge of honor like you be wearing it.
It's a great honor. I mean, I represent it well.
Nothing to be proud of.
Yeah, I don't know why you wearing it like that, but some people don't want it. They're going to take it literally that like you is really stupid, which is...
No, I'm not really stupid, though.
Well,
you know that. You know that.
I beg to differ.
You beg.
Oh, you better than anyone on this show. I'm gonna tell you something, though, Tommy. I ain't gonna lie to you, though. You got a degree, so.
But why? But why you think I'm stupid, though?
Well, but let's talk about this. You have a degree. We got someone on our show that has 3 degrees. So that one.
That's mine.
Okay. Moving on.
Full blown.
Girlie, I don't know how we made this turn, but yeah.
I don't know. But remember earlier I was saying.
I took.
He should.
Sometimes I just
say
take the
stuff.
car and just drive.
But I'm the one stupid. See what I'm saying? That's the problem.
That has not changed what you are.
Coming up next, my strawberry letter, and the subject is, why would my son joke like that? We'll get into it. Find out what that's all about right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. And you never know, it could be yours.
Buckle up. Hold on
Hello
tight. Here
today.
it is.
Good morning.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry letter. My bad.
All right, nephew. Thank you. Subject, you were daydreaming, you blacked out.
I'm looking at TV. My bad.
Subject. Why would my son joke like that? Dear Stephen Shirley, I'm 37 and married. My husband and I have an 8-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter. Our children are with me 24/7, and it makes my husband jealous. The children have my bubbly personality, and we do TikToks and other fun videos, and my husband hates that. My son wants to be an entertainer, so he took an acting class over the summer, and he's been acting out since then. He's become the class clown, and my husband had to sign a note from the school because he was being a jokester in class. He has also been showing out at home, too. He insulted his aunt after she got a bad haircut. My husband had to pop him hard on his backside to stop him from laughing about it. Lately, he has been joking about places that I take him and his sister and things I buy them. For example, his dad asked where he had been. He told his dad that we went grocery shopping and to visit his mom's boyfriend. Another time, my husband asked our son about a pair of shoes he got, and my son said that his mom's boyfriend helped him pick them out. Same thing with the New Jersey that I ordered for him. After my husband said he didn't need it, he told my husband that his mom's boyfriend got it for him since he wouldn't buy it. My husband doesn't get mad at our son. He keeps getting mad at me, like I would really take our children around another man. He has even asked our 5-year-old daughter if she's ever met a man when she's with mommy. Of course, the child said yes. My husband knows our son is out of control and needs discipline, but he's more focused on what I'm doing. Why would my son joke like that? Okay, and your son is only 8 years old? Wow, I guess you've got a little comedian on your hands. But no 8-year-old really talks like that. He's had to have heard some grown person say those things before, and he's really trying to get a laugh out of you and your husband. He loves the attention he gets at school from saying these crazy things too, and he loves the attention he gets from making people laugh, period, except for you and your husband aren't laughing. You all need to talk to him about his material. He's still only 8 years old, and maybe he doesn't quite get that saying mom's boyfriend did this or did that is not cool, and it's causing problems with you and his dad. This letter is making me think of some of the crazy stories that you've told us, Steve, about when you were a kid, and you were the class clown and all that. You got into trouble too. No, but you never did that, I know. But you told us some crazy stories, but never this. Anyway, you did all right. You know, you were a funny kid growing up and all of that. These parents need to check their son for real because he needs some guidance. Steve?
Why would my son joke like that? Because y'all let him. That's really where we at. He 8. I don't give a damn what he want to be when he grow up. We're gonna wait till we grow up to be it. That's what we're going to do. You 37, your husband and I got an 8-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl. The children are with you 24/7, and it makes my husband jealous. The children have your bubbly personality. They making TikTok videos. They go to something. So your son said he wanted to be an actor, so they put him in an acting class over the summer. And he's been acting out ever since then. He has become the class clown. Your husband had to sign a note from the school because he's being a jokester in class. He's also been showing out at home. He's insulted his aunt after she got a bad haircut. My husband had to pop him hard on his backside to stop him from laughing out loud about it. Now, that's happened to me.
What?
That's happened to me.
What?
What?
We was coming from church one day and my Aunt Agnes tripped up the steps.
Uh-oh.
And fell on her breast, and she was heavy-breasted, and the fall up the steps tore her bra off her chest. And when she stood up, she only had one side of her was in the bra, and the other half was out.
Oh, that visual. Wrong
for this.
It's crazy.
Well, let me tell you so. You talk about Holly. Yeah, I couldn't breathe. I was 10 and I was stretched out in the grass laughing. I'm talking about, man, it was nothing nobody could say to me. Because I saw my brother laughing. He was 11 years older than me. He was on the porch and he saw it and he laughed. So I was gone. Now, my daddy had to come downstairs and help her up. My mama, Lord Jesus, Agnes, have you hurt yourself? I'm in the grass. I can't. I'm vomiting at this point.
Great.
Needless to say, I got ass whooping for that.
I know you did.
Because she actually hurt herself. Which actually made it even funnier to me.
You know what?
Well, I've never liked my Aunt Agnes, and she's never cared for me. So where we at with this right here?
Help this kid.
Then he's also been joking about places he'd take him and his sister. And for example, his dad's asked where we had been. He told his dad we went grocery shopping and to visit his mama's boyfriend. Let me tell you something. I'd have said that to my daddy. None of the rest of this letter is even possible.
Okay.
Because all the rest of this letter is about the crime evidence, the story, the yellow tape, the chalk marks.
Hang on, Steve. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject, why would my son joke like that? We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is, why would my son joke like that?
Well, like I said, because y'all let him. He's 8 years old, and he got a 5-year-old sister. Y'all have sent him to an acting class. Now he's act out. He's become the class clown and the jokester. I was never the class clown. I just did little stuff, when the teacher wasn't listening, but I was never the class clown, like jump up, look at me. I was never that. I was never allowed to be. But he got in trouble one time because his aunt had a bad haircut and he joked about it. And he wouldn't stop laughing. His daddy had to pop him on his behind real hard. That reminded me of the time we was coming from church and my Aunt Agnes fell up the steps outside and she was heavy-chested woman, and when she fell, it tore her bra off her chest, and only one of her was still in the bra. The other one had came out. That, to me, the visual was insane. I was incredible. It was one of the greatest laughs I've ever had. I was in the front lawn stretched out. I mean, I couldn't breathe, man. I had stomach cramps and everything. That was the first time I had a stomach cramp from laughing. So I was stretching out. Needless to say, I got my ass whooped for that, but that's what should have happened to your boy. But lately, he been joking about places that take him, and his sister said they went grocery shopping one time, and then he told his daddy that while they was out, they went grocery shopping and then went to visit their mama's boyfriend. Now, like I said, if I'd have told my daddy that joke, this whole letter would have been different. Wouldn't have been no more words. It would have been just about when the police came and how many bodies was in the chalk lines. And then another time your husband asked your son about a pair of shoes he got. Your son said his mama's boyfriend helped him pick them out. Then the same thing with a new jersey I ordered for him after my husband said he didn't need it. He told my husband that his boyfriend got it for him since he wouldn't buy it. Wait a minute, man. The fact that this boy feels comfortable enough to say this to his father is further evidence that there's no consequences in this boy's life. So he running free to say and do whatever he want to do. I have forewarned people about this before, but if you have a boy that you're raising that doesn't have discipline, he's headed for 2 places, prison or an early grave, because the people out here in these streets going to teach him what discipline is. So if you don't, they will. My husband doesn't get mad at our son. He keeps getting mad at me. Like I would really take our children around another man. He has even asked our 5-year-old daughter if she's ever met a man when she was out with mommy. Of course, the child said yes. My husband knows our son is out of control and needs discipline, but he's more focused on what am I doing. Why would my son joke like that? Number one, because y'all let him. First of all, it ain't a joke. If it's not true, it's a lie. Do you know what would happen to me if I lied to my parents and they knew it? Like I wasn't allowed to lie to them. You all are allowing this boy too much freedom just because he want to be an actor. Now, he a little jokester up at the school. Now, if it's not, now, I don't know why he keep coming up with this man thing, lady. Yeah. I don't know if, there's a guy really somewhere a couple of times he's seen, but he keep bringing up this boyfriend. It's kind of hard for me to imagine this boy is imagining that, but that's up to you. I'm going to let you work through that. That's your business, none of mine. But if he is completely making this up, then it's time for you to start checking him. Tell your daddy, lie again and see what happened to you. There has to be consequences for bad behavior. If you keep allowing bad behavior to exist in a child, then you the one going to be dealing with it the rest of your life. And your husband, man, if he don't check this boy, he's headed down the wrong path. That's all I can tell you. But why is your son joke like this? Because he's allowed to. Period. That's all to it. There's no more needs to be said about this. When are y'all going to put y'all son in order? Get him to line up. Now, I'm not going to tell you how I would do it because that's considered not legal anymore. But that's really what's wrong with our world today. See, everybody got freedoms and you got to like everything. Now, a child got all these freedoms. No, he don't. No, they don't. Y'all got so many freedoms now, y'all letting the children make all their own decisions. And they don't have the mental capacity to make a lot of these decisions you putting on them. They just don't. I got grandkids now, and I be listening to some of the stuff they be saying. I be going, this boy is damn near stupid. You know what I mean? It's just damn near, based on the last conversation we had. Yeah. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
My grandson goes to a Halloween party the other day.
Mm-hmm.
His costume is this blow-up alien. But the blow-up part, it looks like he's in the alien's arms. So it's his arms, but it looked like the alien is holding him off the ground. The little blow-up legs in front. But it's his legs down the ground. It's a great costume. I've never seen one. That would have been my favorite. He wants to sleep in it. Well, okay, look, man.
So unusual, though.
We can't sleep in this because it's blowed up. This is not going to be a comfortable sleep. But I want to sleep in it, Papa. Okay, but you can't, though. So in the middle of the night, I hear this noise in the room. I go in the room. He got the pump out. He trying to pump it up so he can get in it and sleep in it. Now, after I told him you can't sleep in it, so I fixed it. So now we can't blow the costume up no more because I busted it.
I was going to say, did you stick a pin in it? Uh-huh.
Yeah, so now ain't no more blowing it up because you don't know how to listen. Halloween over anyway, so.
It's not until Thursday.
Yeah, it hasn't even started yet.
What are you talking
it
about?
ain't till Thursday.
Right, the 31st.
Yes.
God, dog, I got to buy him. No wonder he cried so hard.
Yes.
My bad. Sorry about that, dog.
Man. All right. You can comment on today's Strawberry Letter on Instagram and Facebook at Steve Harvey FM, and also check us out on the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeartRadio app. Now, coming up next, it is Junior with some good news for you, Steve, on Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for Junior and Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just go ahead. I know you from Cleveland. I know how you feel about the Cleveland Browns, but let me tell you something, Unc. This week, you got to be, I know you ain't seen the game. You ain't saw nothing.
I ain't seen nothing.
But the Cleveland Browns beat the Baltimore Ravens 29-24. I know.
Shut up.
I'm not lying to you,
Shut Junior, if you lying to me.
Look at
He's so happy.
I'm so serious. You can celebrate today. I promise you. They won 29-24 in favor of the Browns. Y'all won.
Where did they play the game at, Junior?
They played in Cleveland. What's happening in Cleveland right now today? Is it a party going on? Is it a parade? What's going on?
No, it's a lot of disbelief, though. It's a lot of shock. It's a lot of drunk people. There's some people that's trying to get through this.
Is anybody at work today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They going to work. And it's the topic of discussion. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
so no matter what Pimp's picks was, this one right here, thank you, Lord.
Well, let's get to it then. Pimpin had some good picks, though. Here you go right now. Pimpin, you picked the Lions over the Titans, and I tell you the Lions wasn't playing 52-14.
Ain't no game in Detroit. Let's go. quickly do.
Pimpin also picked the Falcon over the Bucks, 31-26.
Come through, Atlanta. Told you.
Yeah. Pimpin picked the Texans over the Colts, 23-20.
Come on, Texas.
Yeah. Pimpin wasn't playing. Pimpin picked the Bills over the Seahawks, 31-10.
Who?
Bills over the Seahawks, 31-10. Pimpin picked that.
Come on. Okay.
Here go another one. The Commanders over the Bears. That was a game.
To the end.
18-15. Pimpin picked the Broncos over the Panthers.
Pimpin didn't come today. Broncos over the Panthers.
Today.
Yeah, you picked the Broncos over the Panthers, 28-14. Pimpin picked the Chiefs over the Raiders, 27-20. Pimpin picked all these things. Now, here's what Pimpin messed up at. Pimpin picked the Jets over the Patriots, and they let you down, Pimpin. They lost to the Patriots 25-22, Pimpin.
Yeah, see, that's my just sheer hatred for Boston. That's all it is.
Pimpin, you picked the Vikings, said they were going to lose 2 weeks in a row when they lost to the Rams, 30-20.
Shut up, lying.
But overall, Pimpin had a great week, though. You ain't missed before. That's it.
And the Browns won.
And the Browns won, too?
Browns and the
All right.
Come on, man.
Celebrate.
Jameis Winston led the boys to a win, man.
Come through, JW.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Pimpin. Coming up at the top of the hour, a guy needs some advice, Steve, after his friend hooks up with another friend's wife. Woo, this is messy. Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, this one is from Brian in Grand Prairie. Brian says, my wife and I are close friends with 2 other couples. One of the guys is messing with the other guy's wife. They went away together for the weekend and called their spouses and said they are filing for divorce so they can be together. I am so disgusted that my friend would do this to our other friend, and my wife can't believe what's happening. Should we distance ourselves from all this mess?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Whose side you gonna take? See, that's your problem. That's why you got to pull out. Now, you could be a listening ear if they call you, but you can't pick sides in this. Dude went away with the other dude's wife for the weekend, called him back and said, we filing for divorce.
We're together. Because they want to be together.
Oh, man, that's crazy. That's straight crazy.
Yeah, that is really crazy.
Now, the dude, he can't believe his boy would do their other boy like that. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Can you believe that?
I tell you what, though, man.
What?
I'm punching my dude in the mouth soon as I see him.
There you go. There you go.
So you're taking sides.
No, I mean, the dude that's married to the woman who went away with his friend for the weekend, and then I'm hitting him in the mouth when I see him.
When they get back.
Yeah, man. Because I can't punch the woman, but I'm hitting him dead in his mouth. Because you know me.
Right.
Yeah, they all supposed to be cool.
Yeah.
Right. I got she did this too. I got this. But dog, you know me though.
Yeah.
And this what you think you can do?
Wow.
And I'm gonna let this slide. No, I'm hitting you dead in your mouth because you think I'm that big a punk. That you can punk me like that. I'm gonna get the divorce. I don't wanna. That's for sure. Look, if you mess around with somebody I know, you can have that. Go on over there.
This is ugly. This is really ugly.
This is a mess.
Ugly.
You have to.
Horrible.
Punch a dude when you see him. Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm gonna get the divorce, but I'm gonna whip his ass though.
You got 2 for 2.
Yeah. As soon as we see each other, I don't want you. You can have him. You can have her. But my man, when I see you, yeah. That's all.
Terrible.
That's and the only advice I got for the couple is just be a listening ear when they call, but you can't take a side.
Okay.
All it can be is how could they? That's all you can do. Don't take a side.
That's
would you distance
we don't know
yourself?
what to say. We, now I know you're going to say cliche stuff. We are just as surprised as you. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's not your wife, not your husband. So don't say that. Are we just as surprised as you? Just say, hey, we're shocked by this whole thing. We're actually speechless. We don't know what to make of it. We had no idea anything was happening. Distance yourself from that. You didn't have, did you know this was going on? No, girl, how? What?
Right.
But that's it.
All right, well, we have time for another one. This is from Michelle in Lansing. Michelle says, it's getting chilly and my husband hates when I put the dog in the bed with us. I told him that I could either sleep in the other room or he can let the dog sleep at the foot of the bed. He said that me and the dog can sleep in the guest room. How could he be so cruel?
Because he don't want to sleep with your damn dog. Ain't no dog getting in my bed. And if you insist, then y'all go on over there and have y'all's little time together.
But a lot of people sleep with their dogs in the bed. A lot of people do.
And that's a issue.
It's a lot of people. And it's a lot of people don't sleep with their dog in the bed. The dog ought to have a bed. He's a dog. It's not a human. That's your problem. Your dog is a dog.
She thinks her husband is being cruel.
Dog, get his ass a little cage, make him real cozy.
Coming up in 20 minutes, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, in weird animal news, visitors at a zoo in China were outraged to discover that the pandas they had been admiring were actually dogs painted to look like pandas. Okay, did you guys see this? This was so crazy. They painted dogs to look like pandas. The trick was uncovered when one of the supposed pandas began panning, barking with their tongues hanging out of their mouths while resting on a rock. The zoo initially defended the deception, claiming the animals were a breed of, quote, panda dogs, but later admitted they had simply dyed two chow chow dogs with white and black dye. Visitors demanded refunds.
What is cheap ass zoo at?
It's in China.
They do specialize in, copying stuff.
Made in China.
Let's talk about
Made in China.
Why that panda bear over there barking?
Wait, pandas don't do that. And barking, yeah.
Oh, look at Steve.
I know.
But them chow chow, that's them big fluffy dogs.
Dogs.
Yes, yes.
What did the bear do?
You ain't see that dog first?
But they looked like dogs, though, when you see the picture.
Hey, man, somebody send me a picture.
Send us the picture.
Somebody going, hey, dog, hey, man, did you hear that bear?
All right. All right. Coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, we'll play a round of Would You Rather right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for a round of Would You Rather. All right, guys, would you rather have sex in a haunted house or would you rather have sex in the river on a canoe?
Hey,
I'm going to get on that canoe.
I'm going to haunted house.
That house, I ain't going to be able to do nothing in that house.
You're going to be scared.
Ooh, I can't do nothing in that house, I'm telling you.
What I can't do is flip this boat over, though. That's what I really can't flip this damn boat over. Because now we done went from having sex to trying to save my black ass life.
All right. Would you rather never wear dress shoes again or would you rather never wear sneakers again? Which one? You know how you like to put it on, Steve Harvey.
I gotta have both of them, man.
You need all of them.
Pick one. Would you rather?
I gotta get rid. I gotta get rid of them dress shoes. God.
Junior?
It depends on what my big toe say. That's the one that's gonna be under pressure. If that's what my big toe say. Hell, my big toe.
You better get them damn sneakers then.
My big toe might say,
"Where we going?" Or something? What are we talking about,
man? Sneakers, but my big toe.
See, I don't like wearing sneakers with a suit. That's my only thing.
Oh, I know.
It looks good when I see guys doing it. Some guys look good with sneakers with suits.
Everybody don't do it right.
But I don't. It's not for me.
Yeah.
The sports
right.
commentators don't do it right.
They don't at all.
Let me just say
And they
that.
should
They don't
do it right.
They're the
Well,
ones. Some
maybe
of them
this
look
is
good, though. Some of them look good.
Some.
Look okay.
Not,
Okay,
yeah,
some of
some.
them.
I'm not
I'm
saying
gonna
all
tell you who
of them.
Tommy talking about. This is gonna say it. Tommy. Dan Orlovsky, he don't need to do it no more. No.
All right. Would you rather say whatever to your wife during an argument, or would you rather just walk away from her? Just walk off.
Just walk away. No, just walk
Yeah,
away.
just walk away.
Just walk off.
Walk off.
No, you know what whatever do? That's
Yeah.
a month.
Wait,
I
That's
do.
a month.
I know it. I know it.
whatever. Whatever.
Oh, I can say it.
That's where we at. We at whatever now. Oh man, no.
You
No, I'm
never
gonna just
Walking
walk
off.
away.
Same thing. Where you go? You don't hear me? I'm talking. You gonna walk off while I'm talking?
No, I'm gonna walk off though. No, that's the best way.
Okay. All right.
Both wrong.
Would you rather calamine lotion for itchy skin, or would you rather baby oil for itchy skin? Itchy skin.
Oh, I ain't doing
That's
nothing
what we're
baby
talking
oil.
about.
Calamine
I'm not
lotion.
doing nothing, baby oil. I'm calamine. I'm looking like salmon. No. Mm-mm.
You're
Well,
done?
baby oil ain't gonna fix that itching. I'm telling you.
No,
that
it's
right
not. It might irritate it.
Yeah. It'll fix the ash, but not the itch.
Take that. Take that.
Hydrocortisone.
Take that.
All right. Coming up next. Thank you, guys. That's today's round of Would You Rather. Coming up next, it is our last break of the day, and Steve Harvey will close out the show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are. Last break of the day on this Monday. Countdown is on, Steve.
Hey y'all, we just have
8
to
days.
vote. It's period. It's no more decision making. The decision is obvious. The obvious decision, if you're talking about quality of person, is Kamala Harris. If you're talking about record, it's Kamala Harris. If you're talking about IQ, intelligence, brightness, it's Kamala Harris. If you're talking about trustworthy, honesty, it's Kamala Harris. This man doesn't check the block. He doesn't check the blocks in any of those areas. I don't care how Republican you are or how conservative. He's not an honest person. He's not a quality person. You know, I can't say that he's not intelligent. That's not what I'm saying. Because you don't get to be in his position without a level of intelligence. It's just his intelligence towards what, though? His intelligence towards money and self, superior. His intellect towards you as a people, not so good. And I don't know if you all understand this, but it's not going to work out for you. If Donald Trump becomes president, it will not work out for the average Trumpster. It will work out for the Trump financial supporters and backers, but it will not work out for you as a Trumpster. If you are black for Trump, you are going to be the most disappointed group of them all, because you are going to find out exactly how much Trump is for blacks. It's just really obvious at this point. Now, you can write in and block my page with all this Trump stuff if you want to. But the obvious reason for me that you're voting for Trump is because you are like him. And that's a sad statement about yourself, if you ask me the truth. Because if you ask me, am I like Donald Trump? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Nor do I aspire to be. The problem is there are many of you who do. And that's sick, man. And that's sick. The fact that you're ignoring everything that's wrong is the craziest part of this in it all for me. I just don't understand how you're doing it. You're ignoring the 34 indictments. You think all of this is made up. It's not. You're ignoring the fact that when you fact check him that he repeatedly lies, you're ignoring the fact that you know good and hell well the election wasn't stolen. You know that. No court would even take the case. You know it. And you still let him do it. You know January 6th insurrection was wrong, and you know he caused it and was aware of it. And you're overlooking that too. He's saying that he's for the police department and support the men and women in blue. But the men and women in blue who lost their jobs, careers, and their lives, he wants to pardon all the January 6th insurrectionists. You want to ignore the fact that he doesn't pay income taxes, and you do. You would just want to ignore it. You want to ignore the fact that what he did to the Central Park Five. You want to ignore the fact that he was convicted of blatant racism and housing policies. You want to continue to ignore that and vote for him anyway. That just says a lot about you as a person. And I'm sorry, man, take your blinders off, take your colored glasses off, and look at this man for what he really is, period. But I got news for you, man. This will be over with in a little while. If we do our job, Kamala Harris will be president. If we don't do our job, Donald Trump will be president. And Donald Trump will show you from day one what he's really about. He can't get reelected again. Man, this dude gonna go after everybody that's after him so he can get out of this this criminal case stuff. That's what he's gonna spend his time doing. He's not gonna spend any time bringing jobs to America. He's not gonna spend any time fixing the economy. He gonna run the company like he gonna run the country like he runs his companies. He incurs debt. He incurs debt. That's how he runs his company. He's not going to spend his money. He's going to use other people's money. So, y'all, this is it. Look, it's voting time, period. And look, man, would I personally stand to benefit from some of what he's going to do? Probably somewhere down the line because of the income. But I still won't vote for him because I care more for the masses than I do for my own personal gains that I might win out of this thing. Man, it's not going to be good for us as a people. It's not going to be good for you. And the reason I care about the common man most is because it's the common man who has contributed to who I am. That's just a fact. The common man has bought my tickets. The common man has bought my books. The common man listens to my radio show. So I have to vote for what's best for them. I'll be fine. I will find a way to be fine. And if you trust in God, guess what? You will find a way to be fine too. But if you got your faith wrapped up in this man, you're going to be highly disappointed. And I'm just not willing to take that risk. And I don't want my grandkids looking up and seeing that's who they voted as the president of the United States. Man, because you're going to have to explain that one day. The Republican Party is going to have to explain why they allowed Donald Trump to hijack their party for so long. Those are my closing remarks. Go to the polls and vote, everybody. Please do. Vote. Register. Those are my closing remarks. Have a great day. Talk to God today. He'd absolutely love to hear from you.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.